I want to have a quick review into this conversation about Noomii. And when you think about Noomii, is Noomii the best coaching marketplace these days? Let's have a conversation about that. So here are the general considerations I want you to think about. So when you think about Noomii, think about one of the best coaching marketplaces on like in this economy. That's for sure. Okay, so you're able as a coach, you are able to list your services. You're able to actually get more visibility. And Noomii is actually very popular, especially when it comes to helping you scale real fast. And it has thousands of coaches for just about any demographic or specialty. So if you want to become a coach on Noomii, you need to go through their onboarding process and follow their structure. They do have a structure. I'll speak about that later on. And the structure basically includes a call with them to be approved and to actually record a video that you will use for your profile. Not a picture for your profile. It's not about having a picture. No, it has to be a video. So once you do that, the platform will place you in the database of coaches. And if clients are interested in working with you, they can actually send you a message and schedule a free consultation. So the very first call that you have with clients, it's sort of similar to having a discovery call or a discovery session. Okay, it has to be free. And so the back end of Noomii is pretty limited. It's primarily built for messaging. So you might choose to pair Noomii with another platform if you want to, let's say, build in things like courses or community. So you might want to reach out to Mighty Pro or Paper Bell, for instance. Okay, but so Noomii is actually is a pretty good place to be listed if you want to get leads and clients. Think of it as the Avo for lawyers. I mean, I don't know if you know Avo for lawyers. It's really it's a legal directory. So Noomii is actually a coaching directory, a coaching marketplace. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that the marketplace structure within Noomii can be an advantage and or a disadvantage, depending on how good you are at getting leads elsewhere, right? If you have an existing practice and are doing pretty well, it probably doesn't make sense to pay to get listed on Noomii, especially since you need to actually attract attention in a sea of other coaches. That's not easy. But if you are just starting out, listing on Noomii might be a great option, especially when it comes to getting those initial leads. Let me talk to you about the evaluation here. When you think about Noomii, what is our evaluation? What are the pros and cons? So the pros first. You do have an existing marketing system with people searching for coaches, and those people are actively searching for coaches. So Noomii does actually attract a certain level of traffic. So that's an important element. And so what happens here is that qualified leads can find you. So if you are new, if you are relatively new in this industry, the simple fact that qualified leads can find you is pretty good. Because see, the thing is, if you're thinking about getting leads generally, normally when you get leads, you still need to qualify them, right? You still need to make sure the leads are actually worth your time and are a good fit for your specific niche or specific coaching practice. And Noomii does a great job because it filters beforehand those leads. So by the time they get to you, they are already qualified, or at least semi-qualified, because you still need to qualify them in the sense that they have to fit the specifics of your coaching practice. But the good thing is that you have a good set of leads that come to you on a consistent basis. What about the cons here? When you think about Noomii, you need to really stand out in a sea of coaches. I mean, really, because you have a lot of competition. And see, I'm not even talking about competition only in the States or in Canada for that matter. No, you have competition all over the world. So you can actually be somewhere in New York and be competing with a coach in your same area, in your same niche, in South Africa, in Thailand, in Brazil, right? So this is a global market. You have tons of competition as a result of this, and you need also to be approved and follow Noomii's rules. I mean, so basically you are outsourcing some of your branding to them. I mean, this is kind of similar to e-commerce. If you want to sell on Amazon or eBay or Etsy, for instance, you have a marketplace that's already there, so you can actually sell. You have access to a lot of traffic. At the same time, you actually are fighting against the other rivals. as opposed to having your own store, your own online store on Shopify, for instance. That's kind of similar to you creating your own coaching websites via Paperbell or Mighty Pro or whatever. So you have to see what works for you. And one thing I want to say also is that with Noomii, you have limited options for actually building out your business or even scaling. Let me talk to you about the features here. When you think about Noomii, what kind of features should you be considering this year? Well, first of all, the way we actually analyze Noomii, we actually break down the features based on the niche that you're in. So you have business coaching, you have you have also all categories such as executive coaching, leadership coaching, or what have you. So I want to first start with business coaching. So when you think about business coaching, you have all kinds of modules, all kinds of capabilities on the platform. So you have the ability actually to deal with all kinds of clients. And we also love the fact that with Noomii, you have a privacy policy that's pretty good. And so Noomii has a set of filters in place to make sure that you are abiding by the regulations worldwide. So that's kind of cool. They have terms of service. Terms of service. You have the ability. You have the ability also to reach out to all kinds of coaches. Even if, like, the thing is, when a client or a lead for that matter reaches out to you, he or she can also reach out simultaneously to up to 5 coaches at the same time. So visitors come to the website for information, for growth, for motivation, for inspiration. So that's kind of important. But what we love about business coaching within Noomii is that you have a large variety of topics. I mean, basically they have executive coaching, they have resume writing, they have professional coaching, they have enterprise coaching. So basically helping employees be more productive, helping companies make more money, helping executives actually be strong leaders. That's kind of cool in terms of flexibility. We love that a lot. And also we love the fact that within the business coaching sort of module, Noomii allows you to actually help HR departments within companies actually be better. So that's kind of cool in terms of attracting talent, right? And also in terms of retaining the talent. So it's not just about attracting the talent, but also you have to retain them. You have to retain that talent, okay? And that's an important element to think about. So if you are a coach right now, you're listening to me, and you're thinking about listing on Noomii, listen your practice on Noomii in the business category, just know that you still have to niche down. So simply choosing business is too large, it's too wide as a niche. You have to niche down. One thing I also want to say is that what we love about Noomii is that Noomii gives you a lot of options. Okay, for instance, on the site, you have booking confirmation, you have a ebook consultation, you have a retargeting campaign, you have coach recommendation, you have the ability to actually have a price guarantee. So that's kind of cool. You have coaching solutions, you have human resources. I'll get it. You have leadership development, you have executive and leadership coaches. So what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that you have different types of coaches on the platform. And the cool thing is that Noomii is constantly sort of reinventing itself. But because the bottom line is Noomii is focusing on adding value to the end user. And here the end user is the visitor, right? So the visitor first of all, visitors will come. Some of them, they have to register on Noomii. Some, they don't have to. They can just come, and based on the search, the Noomii algorithm will recommend a coach profile to the visitor based on their location or based on the search terms. And if the visitor is actually registered, Noomii will look at the cookies on the visitor's computer to really nail down the results a lot further. So this is really important. This is why you want to really fill out your Noomii profile extensively from A to Z. Don't leave anything to chance. You want to really put as much as possible so that if something were to happen, at least Noomii will recommend you to the right audience. That's what I was telling you a little earlier when I mentioned qualified leads versus unqualified leads. And as a coach, it doesn't matter if you are experienced or novice. You really want to have qualified coaches. You want to have qualified leads, rather qualified leads. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Okay, you will be wasting a lot of time actually trying to qualify that lead once Noomii send them to you. Okay, one thing I want to say also is that you have to really nail down. You have to tailor your profile based on the geography that you want to go after, because I mean, coaching at some point is a more local thing, unless you want to do online coaching for sure. So when we talk about Noomii, what kind of categories can you see on the platform? I think I touched on it a little earlier. But what we love about Noomii is the diversity of coaching practices, and that diversity is a good thing, but also a bad thing, right? So you have the ability to actually attract a large category of visitors, of potential clients. That's kind of cool. You have the ability to actually scale your practice real fast if you are, and let's say an experienced coach. If you are an existing coach and you want to scale, that's totally possible. Especially when you start thinking about group coaching, that's where really the juice is at. Because when you do a one-on-one coaching, okay, but you can't really scale because at some point you're still doing the work. But when you switch, when you veer into group coaching, that's when you really start feeling some of the juice, and you can see that you can start charging for memberships. You can actually gate your content. You can actually you can pay well your content and charge based on based on features, or based on whatever you set the criteria to be. So in terms of categories, you have business coaching, you have executive coaching, you have leadership coaching. So that's kind of cool. And by leadership, I mean all kinds of leaders. I mean on Noomii, you find all kinds of leadership coaching, not just leaders like business leaders, but also nonprofit leaders, university leaders, for instance, but also government leaders. So if you have folks who are in public service, want to really beef up on their leadership skills, they can also find actually coaches on the platform. So that's really good. And so you also have performance coaching as well as team coaching. So performance coaching really has to do with productivity not only individually but also as a group. So if you have a business right now, you listen to me, and you're looking for a coach, you can go on Noomii, not a problem. Or if you are a coach for that matter and you want to focus on performance coaching, just remember that performance coaching means what? Means that you are coaching on performance of the group, but also the performance of the individual. So I just want to keep in mind that dual level. And for team coaching also is great for small teams, but also large teams. Fantastic. Let me talk to you about personal coaching. So when we talk about Noomii as a personal coaching platform, I mean, as a platform to list your personal coaching services, what we love about Noomii is the granularity that you have within the personal coaching space. I mean, personal coaching is one of those coaching niches that are really great, because no matter where the economy is at, the economy is up, people will need personal coaching. The economy is down, people will need personal coaching. That kind of reminds me of my accounting professor in college who was just telling me, hey, listen, accounting is a great path, because no matter what, people will always need accountant. Businesses will always need accountant. Same thing for personal coaching. Okay, so personal coaching is a really good niche, a very competitive niche for that matter on Noomii. You have a lot of players, a lot of coaches, and those coaches, they specialize in a variety of niches. You have live coaching. You have career coaching, business coaching. So in terms of business coaching, basically, it's not really a business in terms of a small business or large enterprise or whatever. It's actually for entrepreneur. It's for entrepreneurs. So let's say you are a business owner and you need personal coaching in that sense to sort of maybe be a better leader or whatever. Okay. And you also have relationship coaching. So you have a lot of relationship coaches on the platform. You also have health and wellness coaching. So all of this, I'm telling you, is within the personal coaching space. Okay. You have executive coaching. So executive coaching. So that really is the type of coaching that has a personal sort of a allure, if you will. You also have leadership coach. You have a team coaching rather, leadership coaching, but also performance coaching. So you can see that if you are listening to me right now and you are a coach, whether you are an experienced coach or a neophyte, and you would like to actually enter the personal coaching space, you have a lot of niches, but also sub niches that you can choose. You can actually choose from. One thing for sure, you want to really be as granular as possible. You want to be as detailed as possible, but you also want to be as specific as possible, especially when it comes to setting your prices. I'll speak about pricing later on, but when it comes to setting your prices, you have to be really careful because you are on a very competitive platform, and some of those leads, some of those customers, some of those visitors, they are very price sensitive. They're very sensitive to price, so be very careful there. Let's talk about pricing. Now, pricing here is the pricing that Noomii charges, not the pricing that you will charge your clients. Okay, those are two different things. Now, Noomii actually will cost about $500 a year. Okay, and they don't publish the price on the sites. They want you to contact them. That's how they want to talk to you. They want to qualify you as a lead. Okay, and but think about Noomii as a platform that focuses specifically on coaching leads. And so this is a coaching directory that has been around for years. So they charge about $500 a year. And so this directory helps you create a great coaching profile. That's as I said a little earlier. Noomii is kind of similar to Avo or lawyers.com when it comes to if I were to ring up a legal metaphor. Okay, and so basically you have to pay that much. And one thing for sure, whether or not the platform is worth it will depend on your specific journey as a coach. One thing for sure, Noomii charges an annual fee, $500, and coaching leads who contact you directly via your profile are yours to keep without extra fees. And if you decide to be matched to leads in their daily updated leads list, be prepared to pay 30% of your contract value for these types of leads. So this is also a possibility if you want to really either you pay on a fixed basis and that's it, or you just want to have a fixed slash variable strategy. So it is what it is. But long story short, Noomii will charge you nearly $500 every, and this is billed annually though. So it's not a monthly thing. It's an annual thing. So just be ready to incorporate that in your budgeting if you are a coach. So long story short, is Noomii worth it? Well, we think yes, we think it is worth it. Is Noomii legit? Yes, the site is legit. They've been around for years now. And is Noomii safe? Yes. The quality of leads that you get through Noomii is pretty strong, but it's just a cost. It's just a cost. It is an investment in your coaching practice. It is an investment in your coaching business. So as long as you think the leads that you will get from Noomii are worth it. In other words, if you think the ROI for your coaching practice is positive, then we would say go ahead and get on Noomii. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about Noomii. I gave you the general considerations, the evaluation, the features, the pricing, and now the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.